Hello, I'm Tom Benyon, and I founded ZANE in 2004. And I founded it because nobody else seemed to be doing very much to look after the forgotten pensioners who were trapped in that country when the great inflation was about to start. And since that time, ZANE has helped many thousands of pensioners, and it really is entirely due to your generosity we've been able to do this. Now we are facing lockdown, and everyone is wondering how Jane and I and our dog Moses are going to do our walk. And I can tell you that on September the 7th, we are indeed embarking on a series of walks lasting 14 or 15 days. And they start and they finish in the Oxford area on grounds that we must be law-abiding and follow government guidelines, however curious they may be. Anyway, that's what we're doing, and we are walking for our 11th walk, and that amounts to some 2,723 miles and 34 yards, being carefully calculated. Jane and I and our assorted dogs have walked from Edinburgh to London, from Land's End to London, from York to Canterbury, from Ambleside to Oxford, all over the country. This year we were meant to be going to Lincoln to Oxford, but as I say, we're having to do some rather curious circular walks, and that's what we're doing. And why are we walking? Why do we spend our time in our advanced prime, which indeed we are? Why are we doing this? Well, we're doing it to help the many thousands of pensioners still trapped in that loveless country. These are pensioners who dedicated their lives to good works, doing good things, earning a living, making provision for their old age, and find a whole lot swept away because of faults not of their own making. It could have been you, it could have been me. And they are trapped in a country without any provision for pensions at all. Their careful plans for retirement have been swept away by, as I said earlier, by a process of inflation, hideous inflation, and they are without any means at all, and they will die of slow starvation. It's one thing to die violently, which is going to get you on the media. Another thing entirely to die of slow starvation, because that's silent, that's quiet, and it's not really newsworthy. So these people are dying slowly, incrementally, and quietly. The problem of starvation in Zimbabwe is far worse than COVID-19. These are the people that we help, and we help them by careful means testing. Imagine, if you will, living in a country without any social services, with a pension that has been eroded to nothing, with all your savings have been destroyed. Imagine, if you would, living in a country without any healthcare provision whatsoever, where the only people who can afford healthcare fly out of the country to South Africa or Singapore. And so these people are trapped. You can imagine what it's like to have hypertension, heart problems, diabetes, prostate issues, cancer issues, without any provision at all. ZANE has started the only healthcare provision in a Commonwealth country for people like this, and we're very proud of it. And many, many hundreds of people benefit from our very basic healthcare provision, which provides pills. We don't provide invasive surgery because we simply can't afford to do so. And the only reason we can do all these things is because of you. You are the donors. You are the generous people who have, for many, many years since our foundation, quietly, carefully and generously supported ZANE, and we are extraordinarily grateful to you. And I speak on behalf of all our donors how good it is of you to have done that. Take the case of Marie, if you like. Her parents emigrated to then Rhodesia in the early 40s. She devoted her life to teaching maths in various schools. She was highly popular. She was extremely good at her job. She sat on the board of 2 educational charities. She sang in the choir. She lived the sort of useful life that I'm sure ZANE donors live until the great inflation came. Marie's assets were dissipated. She found to her horror she ended up penniless, destitute. She had several strokes. We discovered her in a flat in Harare. There was no food in the fridge. There were no medical supplies in the cupboard. She was down to 7.5 stone. We fed her. We gave her medicines. And our wonderful, caring ZANE workers gave her love. And all because of you. And so Jane and I and our dog Moses are going to walk on September the 7th to raise money for people like Marie. On behalf of the ZANE workers, the trustees, and all the donors and all the beneficiaries, could I thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you.